Hey everyone, this is Eric, but instead of coming from Kansas this time around, I'm coming from Washington State, the very northwestern part of it, a couple hours north of Seattle, uh, along the coast of the mainland area, um, Anacortes, Washington, actually. But I haven't posted a video of our backup solar power system in a couple of weeks or so because I've been getting ready for this trip, and we've been gone from our house for about almost a week and a half now. But drove out here took 4 days to drive out here, and just doing working remotely out here for a week or so, and then we'll be driving back through Colorado, where we spend every summer pretty much, remote location there, and then we'll be driving back home here after the 4th of July. So anyway, that's why I haven't been posting as many videos maybe, but anyway, since I'm out here, I thought I'd do something a little different again and give you an update on, or give you a background on my profession, just so you know where I'm coming from there. So I think I mentioned in a video or two in the past, but I work in the I worked in the power plant industry for a long time, and I'm still working pretty much in there. But instead of doing more design work, I'm doing remote monitoring. That's kind of the big thing now, part of the big data movement. But I remote monitor power plant facilities and industrial facilities, the more power utilities and boilers and steam turbines and things like that. Sorry if my camera's getting a little dark here. Trying to face toward the sun so that get more light here. Yeah, that's difficult, but anyway, I'll walk back where I can get some more light. But sun's just coming up here. It's I'm on Pacific time, so it's 6:30 a.m. Take a little break here. I start work at 5 a.m. here instead of 7 to match up with my team that I work with. Anyway, so things I've done in the power plant industry and remote monitoring now. When I was in the design area, and I did a lot of testing too. So one of the big things that I gained a lot of experience from was sitting at my desk. I got to visit a lot of power plants and do some testing, and I did performance testing of some pretty large coal plants that have been recently built in the last 15 years or so. One in Nebraska, one in Arkansas, one in Texas. Did testing on an existing unit in Texas also, and one in Illinois, and another one in Texas. So that involved obviously I was involved in the physical testing of sampling coal, ash. You gotta send it off to a lab to get all the properties so that you can run your performance calculations to find out exactly how the boiler is operating, along with all the instrumentation that you gotta have to measure temperatures and pressures and steam conditions, air and flue gas conditions, and things like that. So that was one of my more fun parts of my previous role at my work, where I work at. Getting to do all that, be out in the field, work with my hands. I like working with my hands, and that was pretty fun doing that. Unfortunately, I don't get to do that a lot anymore because coal is Yeah, has a lot of bad connotations with a lot of the public, unfortunately. Obviously, I'm a little biased in that regard, but when you know a lot about a subject, a lot more than the general public does, you tend to have different opinions sometimes based on the facts that you know versus a lot of perception and negative connotations there in the public. But anyway, so yeah, so a lot of my duties at my desk job when I wasn't doing those fun things was, although it was pretty fun, still, me being a introvert, math and science person, got to do a lot of combustion calculations for thermal plants with all kinds of fuels, not just coal, natural gas, fuel oil, woody biomass, grass, even chicken and turkey poo, chicken and turkey litter, technically. But so it's been an interesting ride there with all that. So if there's a fuel that's burned out there in a boiler, it's probably worked with it in some way, shape, or form. And with that, I work with all the flue gas cleanup equipment on the back end, the cleanup particulate, sulfur and nitrogen oxide emissions, CO. There's a lot of intricacies that go along with that you learn about throughout the years, on how that's cleaned up, how much it's cleaned up, and I'll probably do another video here on power plant emissions and my thoughts on that. That's they're really pretty clean, especially from coal plants. The big drawback still is the ash they have to dispose of. The emissions are really pretty clean these days, but unfortunately, that perception is not what the public sees, and that's why they're kind of a dying breed, unfortunately. But yeah, so some of the other stuff I got into was dealing with the emission controls. You get into I got into draft system design and working with large fans. The fans on these thermal units. Thermal units are units that just burn things in the boiler. They don't burn things in a combustion turbine or anything like that that's used for motive power. They just burn it to gain steam and run it through a turbine. But the fans that push and pull the flue gas to these boilers are the largest power consumers at these facilities, and they can easily be over 10,000 horsepower. So they're quite a power draw, and they also, that means they require a lot of care in design and build and installation. So I've gotten the pleasure to work with those large pieces of equipment. It's pretty interesting stuff. And so that with that goes just fans and ductwork and test ports, and like I said, emission control equipment, dampers, all that stuff has to be custom designed. It's not off the shelf stuff. So a lot of time is spent specifying it, making sure it has the right materials and pressures and temperatures that it's going to be exposed to. Make sure you have all that called out properly. So anyway, that's kind of in a nutshell what my professional career has been before I got into remote monitoring. So remote monitoring is more just instead of building new stuff or retrofitting facilities, you're more just maintaining the ones that exist still, or maintaining a client's, maybe something new they built. But the design career has definitely helped out with that, being able to monitor that and find out figuring out puzzles on why things are, why this temperature is deviating, or why this pressure is deviating, why this tank level is going astray. So anyway, it's been an interesting ride on that front, but hope that helps in knowing what my background has been, and then on the flip side, dealing with solar power has been a good got to be able to get a different taste of from that normal fossil fueled power plant world, and get a different perspective on that front. Knowing what it takes to make power and with solar anyway. I don't have any experience with wind, but knowing what it takes to make power with solar, how expensive it is, all the intricacies of how it works, such as, in the summertime when it's hot, the solar panels don't produce as much power as when it's cold and in good sunlight. So anyway, it's been fun and good learning experience on that front. So that's my professional background. If you have any questions or comments on that, let me know. But thought I'd do a little different video here in fantastically cool and sunny Pacific Northwest. So if you ever get a chance to come up here in northwestern Washington, I would recommend it. It's in the summertime anyway. In the fall, winter, and spring, it can be quite cloudy and rainy a lot of the year. Actually, one of our neighbors has a daughter that lived up in this area for a while, and they went through 171 days of no sun. That was somewhere in western Oregon, but pretty close to here. So, if you like sunlight, this is a good place to vacation in the summertime. But other than that, you might not want to live here. But anyway, and I mentioned in the previous video I'd be doing some different videos on some other house DIY projects. And I kind of went through some of those, but I'll talk about those later. But so with my professional background to end this video, I'll be I have a lot of pet peeves that I thought I'd go over on some different videos that I've gathered over the years from being in the power plant industry and seeing what the general public views and perceives versus the reality of such things. So look forward to those, along with all the other DIY videos, and even I'll still be doing videos on the solar panel system and whatnot, and backup power, and updates on that. So hope you enjoyed it. Bye for now, and grace and peace be with you.